When you think of Thanksgiving, you think of football, turkey, family, and the Detroit Lions. See, no other team in professional sports can claim to be as much as part of an American holiday as the Detroit Lions when it comes to Thanksgiving football. The Thanksgiving tradition is older than 24 current NFL franchises, and Detroit's passion affair with the annual Thanksgiving Day game is evident by its growing popularity. Year after year, Detroiters look forward to not only spending Thanksgiving with their families, but they also enjoy sharing that time with the Lions. The game was the brainchild of G.A. Richards, the first owner of the Detroit Lions. Richards had purchased the team in 1934 and moved the club from Portsmouth, Ohio to the Motor City. The Lions were the new kids in town and had taken a back seat to the Detroit Tigers. Despite the fact that the Lions had lost only one game prior to Thanksgiving in 1934, the season's largest crowd had been just 15,000. The opponents that day, in 1934, was the undefeated defending world champion Chicago Bears, led by George Halas. The game would determine the champion of the Western Division. Richards had convinced the NBC radio network to carry the game coast to coast over 94 stations, and additionally, an estimated 26,000 fans jammed into the University of Detroit Stadium, where thousands more disappointed fans were turned away. Despite two Ace Gutowski touchdowns, the Bears won the inaugural game 19-16, but a tradition was born. Since 1934, 69 games have been played with the Lions having a series record of 33, 34, and 2. And each game, in its own way, continues to bring back memories of Thanksgiving, not only to Lions fans, but to football fans across the world.
It's time to come together, Detroit.
This is our house, Lions fans. Let's make some noise. Come on, Lion fans.
I can't hear you.
Go Lions! One pride.
On Thanksgiving Day, all the focus is on the 3 F's: food, family, and football. In Detroit, the football part has even more meaning. Every year, people from all over Michigan get together with their loved ones to see their home team take part in the NFL's Thanksgiving Classic. Over the years, the Detroit Lions have left us with exciting victories
A second down for the Lions. Second down and 4, and Craig hands to Barry Sanders.
and heartbreaking losses.
To tied it with no time left on the clock. Murray's kick, fielded by Williams at the 5. Williams breaks out of the pack. Dave Williams to the 30. Touchdown, Chicago.
Each one leaving great memories to share with those closest to us.
My most memorable moment with the Lions on Thanksgiving, I can't forget the infamous coin flip. I mean, that stands out with Jerome Bettis. You know, that was memorable with him being from Detroit and playing in that game.
I think my most memorable moment that stands out to me the most would have been 2013. We actually won the Lions game last year, and we hadn't won a Thanksgiving game in a very long time, so I remember that being a big deal in my household with all the guys, just really being amped up and excited. Food, kids, games, so it's really, really cool last year. It's a big deal.
My most memorable moment was last year when Sue tackled the quarterback at the end of the third quarter.
You know, and the Lions wind up pulling the game off on Thanksgiving. They always wind up winning. Every Thanksgiving we watched them, so that was one of our biggest moments as far as Thanksgiving and the Lions.
A Detroit posse clears the path for Hopalong Cassidy, and the chase is on. Hopalong hops along for 57 yards before the Colts can corral him.
Die-hard Lion fan since 1963 and followed them every year since. But in essence, I started out back with the Lions when they originally played at the Detroit Tigers Stadium at that particular time. At one time it was Briggs Stadium, but I think in the mid-60s it turned to, it got renamed Tiger Stadium after the ownership transitioned over to John Fetzer. But in any event, yeah, I used to attend the games there at the old Tiger Stadium where everything, of course, were outdoors, frigid temperatures. I remember going to Thanksgiving Day games, 2 of them, one in particular where my feet was pretty much frostbitten because in essence, I went out there with some old thin socks, and in essence, the stadium was, of course, wide open, being outdoors, and I'm sitting there the whole game. I was even there pre-game, and my feet pretty much froze, okay, by watching the Lions. But the Lions had Lem Barney and Mel Farr on those teams. Greg Landry was the quarterback, and they were playing against the Rosie Greers, and they were playing against the Roman Gabriel, who was the actual quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams back then. I remember that game vividly, like it was yesterday. So again, been following them a long, long time, and it's really refreshing to see where they are right now at 6-2. I mean, in first place, competing for possibility of being in the playoffs and being seeded as a playoff contender.
Brady has hit now 10 straight throws and another touchdown. His 4th of the game, and it goes to Welker for the 2nd time today. Julian Edelman threw a block. He comes over, congratulates Welker.
Losing to the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. And that was a depressing day because Tom came home and killed us. We didn't have a good team back then, so we was hoping for a win to salvage at least something out the season.
By 9 a.m., the tailgating is roaring, and the Lions fans are in for quite a tailgating party before, during, and after their team game in downtown Detroit. On Thanksgiving, this is one of the busiest sports days in the city's history. One of the most popular places to tailgate is the parking lot at Detroit's Eastern Market, located on Russell Street.
Oh, wow, and this is from the Detroit tailgate, is that right?
Yep.
What's inside here?
Well, I got 6 turkeys inside on a rotisserie.
Uh-huh.
This year we're ranging, we got 19 down to 14 pounds.
Wow, it's a 1972 Dodge Trap Cone.
72, that's
1972.
That's 40 years old now.
He didn't know his parents partied the way they do until like
I gotta give
years
them credit
ago.
though. They were very civil until I was out of high school. Once I was out of high school, these people cut loose. They got season tickets for the Lions. They started coming down here. I was like, where were you my whole life?
Tell me about the best parts about the Thanksgiving Day tailgate.
We ain't gotta be at mom's house to get turkey, all right? It's Thanksgiving Day and we know how to cook too.
You know, I think I like the breakfast. I like coming down here early in the morning. I don't get out much with my mom and stepdad. I live 3 or 4 hours from here, so I don't see them very often.
The Lions!
Woo!
Everybody calls Thanksgiving a holiday. Yeah. For us, it's always been football. My mother was really grateful. I haven't seen her Thanksgiving in 10 years. You don't like it very much, do you? I'm here. That's the difference.
Thousands of fans are expected to enjoy all the tailgating that Eastern Market has to offer. Food and camaraderie are a huge part of one of the Lions fans' favorites and personal pastimes.
The rules about being commissioner is always being relaxed before the game. So remember, when hot tubbing in Detroit, it's always before the meal and it's always before the game, because then you can totally relax.
Let's go Lions! Yeah!
From turkey with all the fixings to hot tubs, fans are reminded of the ultimate football holiday experience on Thanksgiving Day, spending quality time with friends and family.
What do you want to see on your Channel 10?
Channel 10 values our viewers. Now we want your opinion. Tell us what kind of programming you'd like to see on Channel 10.
I watch Channel 10 basically to keep up with what's going on in the city.
I watch City Council every day.
Channel 10 wants your opinion. So, tell us what you think. Give us a call at 313-224-2100 or email us at mediaservices@detroitmi.gov.
What's on your Channel 10?
The Detroit Dashboard is a great way for our community to stay on top of what's happening in city government. If you want to know how many LED lights we've installed, if you want to know how many vacant lots we've mowed, the dashboard is your guide. The Detroit Dashboard is pretty simple. It's an email we send out every single week to keep our community updated on what's happening within city government. Pull it up from your iPhone, from your computer. It'll be a way for you to stay connected. It's a great way for our community staying connected with what's happening within city government. For too long, we've spent too much time allowing other people to define our story. Why don't we tell it ourselves? We know that we are a city that is on the rise, and we are determined to tell that story and share it with the world. And that's what the Detroit Dashboard is all about.
My little brother, he was an avid football fan, my older brother. We would go out after the game on Thanksgiving. Sometimes it would have snow out there. We would play football in the middle of the street in the snow, mimicking Billy Sims and different players at that time, moves, and just enjoying ourselves on Thanksgiving, just being out of school and enjoying the holiday.
I normally sit at home with the family, bring my mother over, bring her home, and we sit down with the family and eat turkey and watch the Lions play. Thanksgiving and football is a tradition in Detroit because we always get the Thanksgiving game, so it's almost like a tradition. If you're not at the game, you're watching the game. And this year it's worth watching the game because they're good. They might go to the playoffs.
Ever since I was a kid, it was always wake up, watch the Lions, play football in the backyard, and have family over and eat turkey. And it's an awesome thing for the Lions every year to be one of those teams to play on Thanksgiving. You get the publicity and have a national television game no matter what. And it's what it is. It's tradition. And to have the Lions, during the day, and then you have the Cowboys at night every year. It's something that I'm proud to say I'm from Detroit about. The entire world, whether you like football or not, on Thanksgiving, you're watching that football game because that's the only thing on is Lions football. My brother and I got the tattoo a couple of years ago, and it's a symbol as much as it is my love for the Lions because it's something that my brother and I got together. We're always going to be brothers, and we're always going to love the Lions. So it was a symbol that we got together, and believe me, we've gotten a lot of stuff about it. I don't know how many times people told me after a Lions loss, do you know any tattoo removal guys? But no matter what, whether the 0-16 or Super Bowl champions, I will have the tattoo on me.
When I think about Thanksgiving, I always think about Lions football games. I spent many years I spent 20 years in California, but I was still a Lions fan and took a lot of ridicule and a lot of abuse for that. But I remember every year knowing on Thanksgiving that I was still gonna be able to see the Lions and sat down at Thanksgiving dinner watching the Lions play.
There's a lot of them. I've gone to the last 5 or 6, I want to say, but I remember just growing up and watching Barry Sanders run and having the game, going outside and pretending like I was Barry Sanders. I don't have a one that specifically, sticks in my head, but watching Barry Sanders, it's, everyone wanted to be Barry Sanders growing up.
We start off the day usually trying to go to the Thanksgiving parade because I have a daughter who was born on Thanksgiving Day. So she still wants to go to parade even though she's 20 years old. Then we come home, we finish up our dinner, and then we get prepared to have the family come over, and we usually have dinner and we have some type of devotion. And then if there's time, if the Lions are still playing, the game will come on.
Having the Lions game on, it's great to see them winning and playing like they are now and some of the good players that they have. So I'm looking forward to watching that game this year, and as well as getting Thanksgiving dinner ready. And just like it's one of my favorite times of the year, being at home with my family, you know, the fall weather, football, and Thanksgiving all go hand in hand.
I look forward to a win. They're having a great season so far. They're 7-2. I just can't see them losing. Can't see them losing this year, not on Thanksgiving.
This year, it would definitely be cooking. My son is 5 years old now. His godfather actually retired from the Detroit Lions recently, so it's going to be exciting to, you know, get him to actually watch Thanksgiving football with his dad and grandpa and all of that. So I look forward to that this year, him actually understanding what's going on, having been to a few Lions games. So it's going to be cool this year.
Cook, watch the game. I'm ready. We have to beat the Bears. We need this win. So it's going to be a good game. I look forward to it.
This is JOIQUE here with Answer the Bell right here. You got my main man, Reggie Bush, right here. We decided not to cut our hair to make it to playoffs, so we look kind of rough right now, but we just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Who's cooking for you for Thanksgiving?
My mom.
Your mom, what is she cooking?
Everything.
Everything in the book?
Everything in the book.
Everything in the book. Well, for me and Reggie Bush, running back crew, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thank you. You got me and my right hand, Bill Bentley, right here. Hey, Bill, where you gonna be spending Thanksgiving at this weekend, this Thursday?
Oh man, I'm blessed to fly my fam up, you know, be in Dearborn with my fam, having a nice meal after we have a battle with Green Bay.
You got your boy JOIQUE Bill here with my main man, Brandon Pettigrew. Hey, yo, where you gonna be spending this Thanksgiving at?
I'm be at home with the family.
Who's cooking?
My wife and my mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law? So what are you guys having?
Probably some Puerto Rican food. I'm not sure what else. I'm sure they're gonna mix it up a little bit. Hopefully, they mix it up.
I mean, what's your special request? Like, what's your special request?
Dressing is a must on Thanksgiving.
It's a must. Exactly, that is a must. Do you want to wish the fans a happy Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah, have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
For me and my boy Brandon. Who's gonna be cooking?
Mom, dude's coming up to cook. Aunt coming up to cook. You know, little cousin's coming up to show a little support after we do a little something to Green Bay.
All right, what they cooking?
A little soul food, you know, dressings, turkey, fried chicken, rice, collard greens, macaroni, sweet potato pies, red velvet chocolate cakes.
I'm just glad we got to weigh in tomorrow because I know I'm gonna be able to wait on Friday. Hey, but anyway, man, you want to wish the fans a happy Thanksgiving?
Hey, man, it's your boy Bill Bentley, 2-8, coming live, wishing the fans great people, happy Thanksgiving. Wish you many more.
Many more. One love. You got my boy here, Don CAREY, DC, safety force. Hey, man, do you want to wish the fans a happy Thanksgiving? Anything this upcoming Thursday?
Oh yeah, from my family to yours, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
So who's gonna be cooking for you for your Thanksgiving?
Some of everybody. My fiance, mom, best friend's wife. It's gonna be a family gathering.
And once again, he said fiance. Congrats on that. Congrats.
Thank you.
Never get married. Well, look. What are you planning? Like, what's your special request? Like, what do you have to have every Thanksgiving? What's your favorite dish?
Oh, my grandmother's sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie?
Every Thanksgiving. Yeah, I need it.
All right, my favorite dish on Thanksgiving, it's a down south dish. It's a dessert. It's called a butter roll. And people who don't know what a butter roll is, it's not a roll with butter on it. It's not that. It's an old dessert. And it's an old recipe. It's really old. It's back. You know, they came up with the butter roll because it's kind of like a peach cobbler, but back in the day they couldn't afford the peaches, so it's made the butter roll. But that's my favorite dish. Hey, yo,
while the nation will be celebrating Thanksgiving, the day when they offer up thanks for all they have, here in Detroit, we'll be offering thanks to one additional event: Thanksgiving football. Here in Detroit, we will be offering thanks to one additional event: Thanksgiving football. In the end, G.A. Richards' dream came true. The Lions, owned by the Ford family, currently reside in the football cathedral right next door to where the Tigers play. It's a far cry from 1934, although there was a positive omen from Richards all the way back then. You see, There's an old photo of a sports hero at an NBC microphone in Detroit, taken right after Richards brought the Lions to Michigan. The athlete is dressed in a suit jacket with his hair slicked back and shiny shoes on. The photo is addressed to the Renegade Lions owner. It reads, "To G.A. Richards, best of luck to your football club." This year, all Thanksgiving meals plans are going to have to wait until after the clock hits 0 in Ford Field. For the people of Detroit, they finally have a team they can be excited about watching. For those unaware, it was the Detroit Lions who started the tradition of playing football on Thanksgiving Day back in 1934. That first Turkey Day game was between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. The Lions lost that game, but now, 78 years later, the tradition lives on across the nation. Once again, like so many things about Detroit, people forget that along with Motown music and the automobile, they have Detroit to thank for Thanksgiving football. The Detroit Lions website has a great history on all of the Thanksgiving Day games with stats and other interesting information.